Have you seen one of these animes? Have you seen one of these films? Do you know of a man named Jack Sparrow? Then at least on some level, you know what true aura is. Like the opening of Star Wars as Darth Vader just steps out. You ain't touching the guy. Like playing League of Legends and watching the minions kill the Nexus for you. Or that one kid that took a selfie at a tournament mid-stock. I mean, hell, literally any of the bosses from Elden Ring. There's something unbeatable about being able to do nothing and still win. And ladies and gentlemen, I've built the ultimate aura farm deck. And no, this is not a pun about auras. There's barely any auras in the deck. It all happened at a convention. I was going through a dollar box and I read a commander that I had never seen before, which shocked me. I thought I knew most commanders by now. Quickly, I thought, I wonder if this can be abused. Remember, on this channel, we're more Geneva suggestion. So I kept scrounging through all the bulk boxes at the convention until I put together a pile of things that I thought worked. That night, after the tournament, I brought it to my friends, completely unsleeved, shuffled up, with only basics in the deck. And although I only won one of the 4 games we played that night, I aura farmed the entire night. It was hilarious. Introducing my $26 Bailiff. Bailiff says creatures that are less than his power are goated. And then whenever a goated creature dies, by attacking or blocking, you create a treasure. Then you get to pair this commander with a background. Now, there's actually 2 ways to build this commander, but I have one that I prefer. The background I chose is Raised by Giants. That means on turn 4, I normally have this guy out, and on turn 5, this comes out. And now for the rest of the game, unless they're able to remove them, all creatures my opponents control power 10 or less are goated. And once you put Indestructible and Shroud on this guy, oh baby, you know what time it is.
Amazing restless, we just have a single burst like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found with mom and now I see.
Guys, we have to beat him at some point. Like we have to attack him, but we can't. What do you mean? What do we do? I don't know. Why? Look at him. I know what you're thinking. Oh, cool. Another white guy with a mustache on YouTube that makes gimmick decks. You apparently have not been on this channel. I despise YouTube videos that go, here's a deck of only charcoal rolled baby mongooses. No, I make effective decks that are fun, intricate, and can grow with you. Welcome to DefCat MTG, the channel where I make you the best decks. And if you want a fully custom deck built by me or your deck roasted, head on over to the Patreon. We do live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, our community is pretty freaking awesome. So join the Discord, also through Patreon. But I digress. No, this aura farm deck is not just about turboing out the commander. This deck is meant to be played at bracket 2 against precons and or slightly upgraded precons. The idea is that this deck is all disruption. We have no game plan to win by doing our own thing. But by God, when the stars align and you properly chaos control the entire game until there's one other player left and your commander's sitting there just straight striking the... Like he hasn't moved all game and then just gets the last hit. It's the only time you attack with your commander the whole game and then you just one-shot the last remaining player. It's unmatched. And again, all for 26 bucks. Anywho, if you want to genuinely learn how to make a fun game that's not frustrating for your friends, is unique, and you get to do some aura farming and have a big moment when it does work out, this deck's perfect and it's really cheap. It's literally less than a precon costs. Then keep watching because I'm going to teach you how to play it in 4 steps. 1, opening hand. 2, what you should be doing by turn 5. 3, how to win. And 4, we're going to go over the individual cards in the deck so that way you know what you're doing. Your opening hand should have at least 3 lands and a mana dork. You can substitute one of those lands for another mana dork, but your hand should be able to produce 4 mana. And then you want at least 1 3 CMC spell that you can cast on turn 2. It can be 3 CMC or less. Anything that does something fun or disruptive. That way on turn 1, you play a dork. On turn 2, you play something fun. On turn 3, you build up to your commander. On turn 4, you play the commander. And on turn 5, you play its background. You will find hands that can do more and or different things in this, but that is the ideal hand in this deck. After you've done that, and you're on turn 5, in order to win, you want to find things to keep your commander safe. That's where this $26 base version of the deck can be upgraded. You can put in things like Mithril Coat, but for now, we have Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots. You just want to do anything to protect your commander at all costs. Often, that means not tapping out and making sure you keep up something that saves your commander like Snakeskin Veil. You continue to disrupt the game, goading all of your friends' creatures until you're down to 1 opponent, and then you simply swing in with Bailiff, and the most ultimate aura farm moment of all time,
Omae wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just doing a bit. Love you. Legit the most aura farm thing ever. An alternate win con I highly suggest is just getting Chandra's Ignition. Make your commander huge and then... Now, with all that being said, let's show you what cards are in the deck so I can teach you how to use each effectively. Because remember, on this channel, I don't just show you a deck, I teach you how to play it, and I'm gonna tell you every card and what it can do. So first off, we have Arbor Elf, Elvish Mystic, Finhorn Elves, Llanowar Elves. Which, by the way, the technical way to say Llanowar Elves is Llanowar Elves. If we're gonna follow Dungeons & Dragons pronunciation from the original TSR novels, I'm just saying. These are your 4 mana dorks that are in the $26 version, as we talked about previously. If you see this in your opening hand, get hype. But you also have Elvish Spirit Guide, which can work very similar. After that, we have Copperhorn Scout. This little dude has an insanely powerful effect where whenever it attacks, you get to untap all your creatures. This is extremely powerful because you can untap all your mana dorks. After that, we have Taunting Kobold. This little hasty 0-1 allows you to goad an opponent's creature every time it attacks. You have no idea how salty this will make people. Renzo Havoc Razor. This red attacker allows you to goad a target creature when it deals combat damage. Or you can exile the top card of your library in order to have some card draw. And then we have Insufferable Balladeer. When it enters, you can make sure one of your opponent's creatures can't block, and then you goad it, which is great because then you can get in for more attacks. With Grenzo, Freaks of Titania. Our commander is an elf. We do play a lot of elves. I thought this was an auto inclusion to make an intense amount of mana. Now for one many of you may know, it is one of my favorite in the entire deck, Agitator Ant. It allows your opponents to put 2 +1/+1 counters on their creatures, and if they do, they are now goaded. This gets very fun because people will continue to do this thinking they'll just swing at you later, but then they can't, you know, because of your commander. Burnished Heart. This is a budget deck, so this helps us ramp. Imperious Perfect. This is an elf that helps us grow our commander and makes bodies for blockers if anyone gets anything too big. Laurine the Diversion. It pairs amazing with the other card we just mentioned because you can continually sacrifice those 1/1s and goad creatures. So if anything ever happens to our commander, this is an awesome engine. Llanowar Tribe. Tap, add 3 green mana, nothing better than that. Rickshaw Prima Renegade. This is one of my favorite ways to turn our commander into a mana dork so we can continue to aura farm. It also puts +1/+1 counters on our commander so we can continue to grow its power so people cannot attack us. Dionysus, Elvish Archdruid. This allows us to double activate all of our mana dorks because it says when an elf comes on, it says when an elf taps, you can then untap it again after using it. Frontier Warmonger. This card doesn't just give your creatures menace, it gives your opponent's creatures that are attacking your opponent's creatures menace. Immaculate Magistrate. You get to put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature for every elf you control. That means at minimum, this puts 2 +1/+1 counters on your commander every turn. Solemn Simulacrum, the king of budget. Welcome back, glad to have you. Hope you've been shining them shoes. Maybe I feel like I can afford shoes at this point on this channel. Maybe I should do that. I don't know, I'm just not a sock guy, you know? Vengeful Ancestor. This is a really good way to continually help yourself get ahead of the game. It says whenever it attacks, go target creature your opponent controls, but the big thing about this text that we really care about is that whenever a goaded creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to its controller. Yeah, this will help you burn out the table quick. Frenzied Saddle Brute. This thing gives everything haste as long as it's attacking your opponents. This was effectively a cheap alternative to Concordant Crossroads. Kazul Tyrant of the Cliffs. So this is what I use to make sure I'm protected if someone takes out Raised by Giant. Eventually people realize to stop trying to kill your commander because you have a lot of ways to give it hexproof, and your friends are going to catch on to removing your enchantment. So Kazul makes it much more frustrating that even if they remove that and they do attack you, now they have to start paying 3 unless you get a free blocker. And the big Hail Mary fun card, Avatar of Slaughter. All creatures have double strike and attack every combat if able. God, I love this card. Sorceries, Faithless Looting. It's good to be able to dig through our deck, and it's got flashback. It's a great card draw. Cathartic Reunion. It's like a pushed version of Faithless Looting without flashback. So you can discard those extra lands you don't need and draw some gas. Rampant Growth. It's a budget commander deck. This card is amazing at helping us out. Coronation of Chaos. So this is exactly like what I was talking about earlier when I said that you wanted to get yourself a turn 2 disruption after a mana dork. This thing is perfect. Immediately after all of your friends are going before you because you're in 4th seat and you're in turn 2, which by the way, this is like the perfect deck to go in seat 4. It's amazing. If you ever win the die roll, just be like, nah, it's okay guys, I'll go 4th. Now all your friends have played something on turn 2 and now they're all goated. Also to mention, if any of your friends are playing green, now all their mana dorks have to attack, and I just find that hilarious. Obviously they may figure out, oh, I should tap them for mana on main phase 1, but some of my friends don't, and I do laugh a lot. It's very funny. Cultivate, again, another cheap commander, perfect card. Cosmotronic Wave. This thing is so underrated in this deck. So it deals 1 damage to each person for each creature they control, and they can't block this turn. This allows all the goated swinging creatures to get in, and no one can stop it. It's beautiful. Shamanic Revelation. If any of your friends are playing any kind of weird life loss, burn thing where it's not about attacking and they're still hitting you, this will give you some life and it'll draw you some cards. Instants. This is where we're saving our commander. Autumn's Veil. Any blue or black spell that's attempting to target your commander can no longer do so. That includes if it's on the stack, which is very important. So if anyone tries to counterspell your commander because they know what you're doing and or anything else you are trying to have resolve, Autumn's Veil. Gift of the Viper. At some point, someone will try to do something to your board and you're going to be able to untap and be able to give it death touch and stop them. My favorite way to use this is if someone kills my commander and I still have a mana dork out, I will untap that mana dork, give it death touch, and show them I'm not just aura farming. I'd included shock and lightning bolt to get rid of things that stop our game plan if any of your friends are playing stacks, especially lightning bolt to get rid of Draenith Magistrate. Then we have Snakeskin Veil. This will give our commander hexproof. Stony Strength. We like pumping up our commander. Go at everything. Vitalize, an awesome card to untap all your mana dorks. Abrade. We still need to interact with the game in a meaningful way, and Abrade is a wonderful way to do that in red. Return to Nature. Some of your friends might be running Reanimator, and they're going to be hard pressed to realize that you can exile things from their graveyard, on top of the fact that this is a great interaction piece. So Temur Battle Rage or any other card that you want to put into this deck similar to this card is incredible. It says target creature gains, not target creature you control. This allows you to target a goated creature to kill one of your friends, or, like I said earlier, going back to the Aura Farm moment, once you've let 2 other players die and you're down to 1 person, giving your 10/10 commander double strike and then +1/+1, yeah, that ends the game. Our artifacts are Soul Ring, Blitzball, Commander Sphere, and Lifecraft's Bestiary. Enchantments. Curse of Opulence. This is a fun way to disrupt the game before your commander's out, and it can even ramp you. Hardened Scales. We like +1/+1 counters, why not double them? Wild Growth. This is effectively like having a mana dork on turn 1. It's perfect, and it's harder to remove. Bravado. It says enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control. I'm sure this may be an old rules text thing, but I wonder if you can just put this on an opponent's creature. That would be very funny and very aura farming. Hot Pursuit is our big trick. If 2 players died and there's 1 player left, you gain control of all goated creatures. Nasty. Lignified. This is just amazing removal. It doesn't just put something in their graveyard or kill it, it makes them a dud. So if anyone does play Emrakul, nope. Madcap skills. Let's grow our commander and give it Manache. Blanchword Armor. Let's grow our commander because, oh my goodness, we do live in a forest and this deck plays a lot of forest. Claws of Valakut. For every mountain you control, get +1/+0. Still pretty good. Ooh, and it has First Strike. I didn't even read that. Elvish Guidance. One of the most underlooked enchantments for lands in my opinion, allowing us to make a ton of mana with all of our elves. And again, remember, our commander's an elf. Granite Grip. It's just redundancy for our previous one. Shiny Impetus. It's perfect early chaos control, giving them +2/+2 and goading a target creature, and it ramps you. Leyline Abundance is an amazing card for any deck trying to keep it cheap and wants some ramp. Amazing card. And last but not least, a card just for fun and adding to the chaos is Sunbird's Invocation. Very fun card. Now guys, if you like this deck and you want to see me make one for you custom, head on over to the Patreon and get yourself a deck today. And if you can, go to the Discord and please send me your best pictures of you aura farming with this deck. I'd love to see it. Also, if you're new to this channel and you'd like me to pray for you, go to the Discord and we are going to be having a prayer request board in which I'll be praying for people at the end of streams and end of videos. So if you need that, please go. Although the grass withers and the flower fades, the word of God stands forever. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and whenever you're watching this, I hope it makes your life better. God bless. This has been DefCat MTG.